Fortaleza, Brazil, August 2005. You're watching a white van park outside a small house on Rua 25 de Março. Two men climb out, work boots, dirty clothes. They open the back doors and start unloading equipment. Shovels, bags labeled grama sintética, artificial grass. A neighbor walks over. The men explain they're starting a landscaping business. The neighbor nods. Good to see someone using the place. But those bags aren't being unloaded. They're being loaded. The men aren't bringing supplies in. They're taking something out. 25 men, 256 feet, roughly $70 million. About 96 days. That's what it takes to empty one of the most secure vaults in Brazil. Not by breaking down a door, not by cutting through a wall, but by coming up through the floor, from directly below. If a vault can be defeated from underneath, every alarm on the walls means nothing. Every camera watching the entrance means nothing. The entire visible security system becomes irrelevant, because nobody designed it to watch the ground. In 96 days, $70 million will be gone. 9 hours after the crew leaves, a bank manager will walk into the vault and find a hole in the floor. No broken doors, no triggered alarms, no signs of forced entry anywhere. Just a hole, disappearing into darkness. How do 25 men tunnel beneath an entire city block, steal $70 million in cash, and walk away while the bank has no idea it's even been robbed? The discovery. Monday, August 8th, 7:30 a.m. The central bank opens. Routine morning. Everything is normal. At 9 a.m., a manager enters the vault for an inventory check. He stops. Shelves empty. Boxes gone. Money gone. He runs. Within minutes, the building is in chaos. Federal police are called. No broken doors. No triggered alarms. No forced entry anywhere. Then a guard notices something on the vault floor. A metal grate. Removed. Set to one side. He looks down. A hole, 3 feet wide, disappearing into darkness. Police crawl through 256 feet of narrow tunnel. Wooden beams. Ventilation pipes. The electric lights are still running. They emerge in the house on Rua 25 de Março. Empty. Abandoned. Gardening equipment. Bags of artificial grass. A painted sign for a landscaping company that never existed. Neighbors describe the white van. Workers coming and going. Soil is leaving every day. Friendly men. Nothing suspicious. Nobody asked a single question. The system. The central bank vault seemed impossible to rob. Reinforced doors. Motion sensors. Armed guards. Perimeter security on every entrance, but every layer pointed outward. The walls were protected. The doors were protected. The ceiling was protected. Nobody had designed the security to watch what was underneath. Whether the vault floor had additional monitoring below ground, pressure sensors, vibration detection, the crew seemed to have calculated that coming up through concrete from below carried less risk than any visible entry point. They may have been right. Because the flaw wasn't the vault, it was the assumption that reaching it was impossible. And once that assumption held, only one real problem remained: moving the dirt without anyone noticing. A landscaping company solves that completely. Construction sites move soil every day. Nobody counts it. Nobody questions it. The cover didn't just hide the operation, it made the operation invisible. The meeting, 6 months earlier, September 2004, São Paulo. A small group sits in a bar, drinking beer, talking quietly. To anyone watching, old friends catching up. They're planning a robbery. Investigators would later piece together who was involved. The crew reportedly included people with construction experience, knowledge of the banking system, and expertise in moving cash discreetly. Exactly how the team was assembled isn't fully documented. What is documented is the logic. Someone spreads a map on the table, points to the central bank branch in Fortaleza, then to a residential street 256 feet away. Most robberies fail because of time. Police arrive in 3 minutes, maybe 5. But what if you were already inside? The plan: come up through the floor, underneath every visible sensor. No doors were touched, no walls breached. Within weeks, a crew is assembled. Roughly 25 men, each with a role. Each promised a share of whatever comes out of that vault. In a crew that size, all it takes is one mistake. The cover. February 2005. Fortaleza. A house is rented on Rua 25 de Março. 2 bedrooms. Small garage. Nothing special. 3 months rent paid in cash. The next day, a sign goes up. Grama sintética. Professional landscaping services. White van outside. Rakes. Shovels. Bags of artificial grass. To the neighbors, it's just another small business. But inside, the back bedroom furniture is gone. Floor tiles pulled up. Digging started. Every morning, the van leaves loaded. Every afternoon, it returns empty. A landscaping company always moves dirt. The cover holds perfectly. Underneath that quiet house, 25 men are digging toward one of the most secure vaults in Brazil. The tunnel. The first week, they dig straight down, 10 feet, a vertical shaft. Then they turn horizontal. That's when the real work begins. 256 feet northeast, straight toward the bank. 2 men at a time, 4-hour shifts. One is digging, one is a loading bucket. The passage is 70 centimeters wide and 70 centimeters high. Just enough room to crawl. Air at the far end is thin and hot. PVC pipes run from the house into the tunnel. A small fan pushes fresh air through. It helps. Barely. Every few feet, wooden supports, planks, beams. One weakness, and the tunnel collapses. By the end of March, 100 feet, halfway. At 180 feet, a water pipe. They dig around it. At 220 feet, underground cables, carefully worked around and secured against the walls. One night in April, the van doesn't leave. A police patrol car stops outside the house, engine running. 40 minutes. Inside, nobody moves. Nobody speaks. The patrol drives away. Digging resumes. By late April, 250 feet, 6 feet from the bank's foundation. Now comes the hardest part. Breaking through. Saturday, August 6, 2005, 11 p.m. A small team crawls through 250 feet of tunnel. Drills, lights, buckets. They reach the end where dirt meets concrete. Reinforced foundation. Steel rebar in every direction. The drill starts. Even underground, the sound is like thunder. They drill. Stop. Listen. No alarms. No sirens. Nothing. They continue. Slowly, the concrete gives way. Hours of cutting. Then, the drill punches into open air. Cool air. Different air. They're through. By early morning, the hole is wide enough for a man. One climbs up into the bank's basement. Flashlight on. Concrete walls. Storage boxes. And directly above him was a metal grate leading straight to the vault floor. He signals back. They're in position, but they can't move yet. Saturday morning. Guards arrive in hours. They need to wait until the bank closes for the weekend. The crew backs out. Returns to the house. Rest. Eat. Prepare. Tonight, they empty the vault. The extraction. Saturday night. The bank is closed. The guards are gone. The team re-enters the tunnel. Duffel bags. Flashlights. They reach the vault floor, remove the bolts, and lift the grate. One man climbs up. He's inside. Shelves from floor to ceiling. Sealed boxes. Used banknotes. Currency scheduled for inspection or destruction. The kind that's harder to trace. He signals down. They start working. One man fills a bag. Passes it down. Through the basement. Through the tunnel. Along a human chain. Into the house. Emptied. Passed back. The chain runs through Saturday night. Pauses during Sunday daylight. Resumes Sunday evening. By the time the last bags cleared the tunnel, investigators would later estimate the total at roughly 160 million reais, somewhere in the range of 65 to 70 million US at the time. The vault that was full on Friday is nearly empty by Monday. The crew disperses in small groups. Different routes. Different times. Go home. Don't spend suddenly. The house goes quiet. 256 feet away, the Central Bank of Brazil has no idea it's been robbed. The mistake. The crew held together through 96 days of digging, through water pipes and electrical cables, through a police patrol that sat outside for 40 minutes. They held together through the heist itself. What they couldn't hold together was the aftermath. Within weeks, the discipline that built the tunnel started breaking down. Money began moving in ways that attracted attention. Crew members spending, talking, making decisions that careful men don't make. Investigators reportedly traced one early break to a cash purchase, the kind of transaction that looks wrong when the notes are too clean, too uniform, too large in volume for the context. Whether it was one moment or several, the effect was the same. Police found crew members, found cash, still in central bank packaging. Arrests followed, then interrogations. Then a deal. Reduce your sentence. Just give us names. One broke. By September 2005, several crew members were in custody. But the alleged organizer was already gone, and so was most of the money. The escape. He's watching the news, seeing the arrests. He knows what's coming. He crosses into Paraguay. Settles in Ciudad del Este, a border city, where Brazilian fugitives regularly disappear. Rents an apartment. Keeps a low profile. For a few months, it works. But isolation sets in. He starts making calls back to Brazil. Old contacts, family. Brazilian police are monitoring those lines. They trace the calls. Paraguayan police begin surveillance. In November 2005, they spot him and move in. He doesn't resist. 4 months of freedom. That's what the operation bought him. Extradited to Brazil. Sentenced to 15 years. Of the roughly $70 million taken, police recovered an estimated $8 million. More than a dozen crew members were eventually arrested. But a significant portion of the crew was never identified, never caught. The money they carried has never been fully accounted for. The tunnel took 96 days to build. The investigation took years and was never fully closed. They planned for sensors, for guards, for soil weight, tunnel collapse, and air supply. What they didn't plan for was what happens after, when the job is done, and the money is real. And discipline is the only thing standing between freedom and a cell. That's where it ended. Not in the vault. In the weeks after. Outro. They beat the vault. They beat the sensors. They beat an entire city's assumptions for 96 days. But they couldn't beat human impatience. One man. One car dealership. One envelope of crisp sequential notes. That's all it took. If you want to see what happens when a different crew tries something just as audacious, except instead of a tunnel, they use badges, a tourist bus, and 26 men who had no idea they were committing a crime, watch this.